In our last video, we created our tail wheel doors, and we did that with a little bit of custom work. We put a doubler that went down there that really strengthened it up, got that all riveted into place, made some custom brackets for it. And so they're ready now to actually be attached to the aircraft and attached to the tail wheel so they can work, and that is super cool. I can't wait to see that happen, but I'm turning to you, Jake, to actually do the process of getting these doors mounted. How does that work?
So yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky to make sure that they line up in every position, because you don't want them binding over each other, but you also don't want too much of a gap. So you really want to make sure that they're in the right place. So to start, we're going to be using these stringers that are going to go from one bulkhead to the other, which is basically the two bulkheads,
forward and aft
of the tail wheel. And then those piano hinges that are on the tail wheel doors are going to then be mounted to this. So we'll be using these Cleco clamps, which will secure these stringers to the bulkheads. And then we're going to be working through to make sure that we have the right alignment.
Right, so just to remind everybody, the bulkheads are those rounded pieces that go along the tail on the underside, and so these are going to be put in there going forward to aft and give you something to align to, but they're not even going to have any structure. So step one, get these aligned, make sure your doors are right, and then we'll move from there with skinning. All right, let's get to work.
Okay, so we just messed around with the two doors a lot. So the first thing that we did is make sure that the stringers are in the places that we need. So one stringer on this side and one stringer on this side, which is where the doors attach. And then it's basically fiddling around to make sure that all of our gaps are where we want it, and to make sure that the doors align with the rest of the skins that we're going to put on. So since we have this, we're going to drill in the stringers, so we can Cleco those up, make sure we don't have to worry about those anymore. Then move on to attaching the doors to those stringers, and then we can move on to the skins. So,
All right, nice job. So you've actually, I saw it, it's aligned. It's kind of flimsy at this point, but everything's aligned so that the tailwheel doors seem to be in the right place. How does all this structure come together so it's strong?
Yeah, so there's a couple different parts. So we have the stringers that are on the sides of the fuselage, and that's where the side skins are going to go onto. So what we're going to do is mount the top part of this skin to the side of the fuselage, and then wrap it down basically a quarter of the way to meet the doors, which are at the bottom of the airplane. So we're going to have two what we call quarter panels, one on one side, kind of bottom corner, one on the other side, and that'll really give the strength connecting the bulkheads to the side of the fuselage to the doors.
I always find it amazing that things are so flexible until that skin goes on, and that really is a monocoque structure. Like that's the idea, is skin ties it together and gives it all that strength. And so I'm excited to see this. So again, you've got the sides of the plane, and then you've got these rounded parts here that Jake's going to work on next, and there's the doors right at the bottom underneath it. So basically it's like that aft K-skin that you did last, and you're just going to kind of continue that forward. And then from this point, it just meets where the fiberglass belly is.
Yep.
All right, get to work.
Wow, that worked. Okay. Well, it worked. I guess our gear's coming down. Oh wait, bent this whole thing. This whole thing's bent. Raise it back up.
What did you do?
Wow, that worked. That worked so well. Okay, so we just need all the clecos that we can get in.
What the hell did you do?
So the clecos have to go in from the inside. Is that, yeah, it hit the clecos.
Hit the clecos. Okay. Holy that works. You almost took off my hands.
You know, I didn't give it much pressure.
Wow, well our gear's coming up and down. Let's fucking
Was it dented,
go.
or did we dent it? Did we dent the doors?
No. It's not the doors, it's just the...
That came up so fast. Is that going to be like a little nicer to your doors next time?
Well, it's just like, now it's going to be a pump that slowly pumps it up and down.
All right. This is so cool. I love having anything like that that's mechanical working. And basically this is done. Tell me what you did here to get this working so well.
Yeah, so again, with the doors, we were able to put them together and making sure that the seam is correct. Enough clearance so they don't overlap each other, but not too much clearance so it looks good and it's aerodynamically correct and stuff like that. So we were able to do that, and then we moved on to those quarter panels, which we were talking about, which provides a crazy amount of strength. Like when you shake this, the whole plane moves with it. So that's a very, very good sign, and can't wait for the next part of our build.
I know, it is. It's so cool, and it was fun to play with it with the air a little bit, just very gently, and get it to like retract and go down to actually see how the hydraulic mechanism is going to work. But boom, knock on metal. This is very, very cool. So hey, nice job.
Yes,
I like with every step of the way. If you've been watching our build for a while, you've seen that Jake and Ben are doing more and more and more with the build, which is great help as well. It lets me focus on some other stuff and get a hand in here. And I love when complex structures get built like this. So anyway, until next time, be sure to check out SocialFlight.com and the free SocialFlight mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. We have tens of thousands of aviation events, destinations, great places to fly, and then of course online events that you can enjoy anytime that they're available. There are just, oh God, so many hundreds of events that you can just tune into and get some great education, including every Tuesday night, SocialFlight Live, where we have some fantastic guests helping to support general aviation. Until next time, I'm Jeff Simon. This is Jake Simon, who did most of the building here. I wish you all blue skies.